friends, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me today. This is going to be a reading for Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising for January 17 to January 23. Okay, so let's get started here. We're going to pull the final guidance card from this oracle deck, the Sacred Geometry Oracle deck. There we go for Taurus. And we will jump right into the tarot cards to see what messages we have for Taurus as they make their way through their week. Keep in mind that there is a full moon on the 17th. There will be a reading for that available on YouTube. And also, I did start a Patreon account, so there'll be lots of different readings there as well. If you're interested in checking that out, there's a link in the description below so you can see what I'm offering on Patreon as well. Okay, let's see here for, I was going to say Capricorn, for Taurus. What messages do we have for Taurus as they make their way through their week? Okay, Seven of Pentacles could be decision time. You could be trying to make a decision about where you're going to invest yourself next. Ooh, Two of Cups could be considering where you want to invest yourself relationship-wise, or perhaps you're really looking at yourself about this. Honestly, sometimes I see the Two of Cups as sort of really having an authentic look at the self. Ten of Cups, this is really about emotional fulfillment. You're looking at where you will feel emotionally content, where in terms of relationship status, perhaps what you do during your day. It's a general reading, so see where that fits for you, Taurus. Where in your life are you feeling this pull to make a choice about where to pour yourself into, right? Where are you pouring yourself? Where are you putting your efforts? Where have you been and where do you want to go is the other implication here, is this idea of choosing a path based on, okay, well, I've got this, repertoire, or this, I've built this small little empire here. Now, do I want to start a new empire, or am I going to keep building this empire until it grows? It's interesting. This could also be for a relationship. Perhaps you're feeling in the current relationship that you're in that you're not fulfilled, and yet you're gazing at that sort of emotional fulfillment and thinking to yourself, how do I get there? Nine of Wands. And what do I think about that? Do I think it's possible, or do I think it's impossible? That's the interesting thing, Taurus. I'm almost feeling like for a lot of you, I'm picking up the relationship vibe here. I'm picking up a vibe that says, what am I offering in this relationship? Or what am I hoping for? And am I certain that it's possible? That's what I feel like you keep asking yourself. And you could be distracted, right, with that Four of Cups, but it's in reverse. So that makes me feel like you're needing to be more mindful of what you have. I feel like that's a grass is greener on the other side card in reverse. To me, this is, are you thinking that the grass is greener on the other side, maybe with someone else, maybe with a different kind of person? Perhaps you're looking at your partner and thinking, why did I tie myself to this person? Why did I establish this relationship until now? It's interesting. Eight of Wands, it's almost like you're having a new idea and it's moving quickly. I feel like your intuition is talking to you about this relationship and whether or not it's actually serving your higher good. I feel like there's a lot of good in this relationship, but for some reason, I feel like you feel like it's not what you need now, and that it doesn't serve you today, in that there could be some other influence here with that Page of Pentacles. It's almost like a young new beginning. You may have just met someone You know, someone may have just entered your life and it's changing your mind about your current situation. Or it could be a new idea about yourself, right? This could be an energy around you right now that is like regrounding you in your identity, and you're starting to see disharmony with the relationship you're in now. Emperor in reverse. It's almost like you're trying to control this too much, Taurus. And there's the Fool on the bottom of the deck. I really think you're starting something new, but for some reason it's tricky for you to sort of look at this new beginning in a way that includes this partner, or that includes what you used to think of as emotional security and fulfillment. Perhaps that has all changed. You know, it's interesting here, Taurus. It almost feels like you're looking for a way out. Like you're trying to think of how you can get out of this situation. And I say that because of this Nine of Wands in reverse and this Nine of Swords in reverse. It really feels like you're trying to think of a way to escape. And I can't help but think it could be escaping a relationship, or it could be escaping something that you don't want to admit to yourself about yourself, right? So it's interesting. It's very interesting. It feels like you are trying to get out of something, and it could be because there is sort of this you've pulled yourself out of thinking in a self-pitying kind of way, like a victim. I always think of this as like seeing the Nine of Swords in reverse always makes me think that you have anxieties that may be justified, but it's almost like you need to find a way out of just focusing on that, right? It's like it's this feeling where things may have shown you a way out, like we said, but that opportunity to sort of get out of this situation, although it's sort of bringing you out of feeling stuck, it's also sort of making you feel a little bit of like struggle spiritually, because you're not sure where it's going to take you. Although I feel like it is going to take you on an authentic journey. But I feel like it's almost like there's too many questions about the how, you know, and focusing a little bit too much on other people's journeys, and maybe looking at it and thinking, well, the grass is greener over there. And there's that Ten of Pentacles. I feel like you're really wanting to feel secure and stable, and that the ground beneath your feet is stable in the material world, right? And that's part of this consideration, is that part of this is that you're like maybe thinking to yourself, this is going to involve me starting over again. Like maybe you have a very stable relationship, right? If the relationship angle is resonating for you, by starting over on your own, perhaps you're seeing that as that's going to be a big risk. But there's the Page of Wands coming in to clarify that Two of Cups. I really feel like there is a new beginning here for you, and it's very much connected to you on a soulful level. Like it's something that really resonates for you, but you're going to have to be honest with yourself, which is something else I think of when I see that Two of Cups, because these two are looking at each other right in the eye. And I feel like that could be you and you, Taurus. Like you could be trying to decide right now, like, who am I? That could be the question on your mind. You could be going through a bit of a moment of questioning, a period of questioning. What is emotional stability, right? What is my emotional stability? What is my happy outcome? What is this material identity that I'm holding, and how much of it is resonating for me? I feel there's the Ten of Swords. I feel like you're getting up from a period where you didn't feel like things were really what would have really resonated for you. Like, I feel like you're you're at the end of believing. It's almost like you're at a period where you're at the end of believing that what you have is what you thought you had. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? It's like you're seeing the truth about this stability that you have. And I say that in a way like, it's like you're starting to realize the truth about this, and it's pulling you on to a new journey. It's pulling you towards, there's the Emperor. You got the Emperor in reverse twice, which is very interesting, seeing that in reverse twice. I really feel like you're changing things up, and it could involve a male figure. It could involve a masculine energy. It doesn't necessarily need to be a male, but it could be an energy of a masculine here that you just feel like it's not in alignment with you. It's just not in alignment with you, and it's making you feel a little bit like trapped. And it's interesting that you would feel that way, Taurus. I often think that Taurus is a sign that never feels trapped, that always knows how to move and how to get things done in a way that expresses themselves authentically. Yeah, this is interesting. The Emperor in reverse is really a time where you could be backing away from a challenge. You feel like, again, like that trapped feeling where you're rejecting certain things. And you could also be breaking through a traditional male stereotype, like we were saying, in that it could involve a masculine that's in your life that you're sort of done seeing that as good enough. But then there's this vibe of the grass is greener on the other side. I wonder, I feel like you're maybe deciding, for some of you, that perhaps the masculine energy in your life, maybe through a partner, maybe through work, maybe through your relationship, maybe just the masculine energy within you, right? Like you and you, we all have both energies within us. Yeah, you're needing to cut through some of these opposing forces. You're of two minds. You're of two minds, and you're of two pathways. And it's almost like this reading is pointing you to be certain before you act. Be certain before you act, because the grass may not be greener on the other side. That could just be a distraction, because, yeah, judgment. You're really needing to sort of understand something fully, and to see it all the way through, and to sort of to receive the truth and to speak your truth, right? To be able to sort of understand this dynamic. Be certain about this dynamic. Be certain when you speak your truth, because there are things that sometimes can't be taken back. And I almost feel like that's part of this, that you need to be certain before you move ahead here, Taurus. Be certain. Right? Eight of Swords. You're fearing the outcomes. You're fearing the outcomes. When you think to yourself, perhaps the grass is greener on the other side, you start to freak out about the consequences of those actions. So that doesn't make me feel like you feel ready, right? Page of Cups and the Six of Cups on Temperance, that really makes me feel like there is an inner child wound here, that you could be hanging on to security for reasons that have to do with the past more than the present. You could be evaluating things based on a wound, a wound that says, stay where there's security, be loyal where you have security. But I feel like there's a part of you that's like, but that's not my happy ending. Yeah, 10 of Cups with the Star in reverse. It's on the 8 of Wands. So it's like your intuition is telling you that this is emotionally fulfilling. The issue is that you've lost faith in your own self. So this is intriguing for you Tauruses out there listening that have a relationship and this is resonating on that level. I feel like this reading is pointing you back to the self. to say that there is movement happening in your life, but it's an inner movement. It's not necessarily like all my problems will be solved if I end this relationship. I feel like you've sort of maybe thought that, but it's actually about healing something within you. Yeah, it's about you healing something within you. Yes. Three of Swords on the Page of Pentacles. I feel like healing is required. You're wounded. You're wounded, and you're imagining this new beginning through the eyes and the lenses of the wounded self. And I feel like that needs to be healed. I feel like it's the masculine part of you, Taurus. It's the masculine part of you that needs healing. Because I feel like it's not able to express itself. Temperance and Seven of Wands in reverse. So it's like you're not being mindful of that masculine energy in your life that needs your attention right now. And it's ready to die on the mountain, right? And I feel like that is going to be something that is an act of a wound. You're ready to sort of, I feel like you're ready to die on this mountain. Like you're ready to fight until there's only one person standing, and that's not the point of this. I feel like the point of this is for you to begin a new journey of self-discovery. We see the Hierophant behind that and the Four of Swords. And so that says to me, you're seeking truth, and you're going to need to do that on an inner level with that Four of Swords. This isn't about your partner. You could be projecting. You know what I mean? You could totally be projecting all your problems on this person in your life, when really, I don't think it's about them at all. This is about you, Taurus. This is about you looking at yourself in the mirror and saying, am I living a life that I feel is authentic? And I think you're coming up with the answer no, but that you're blaming it on your partner. And you're saying, wow, if I was with someone else, or if I was in a different circumstance, you know, there's a bit of blaming here. Let's see what the oracle message is. It's magic. Yeah, the frequency of magic supports our intrinsic ability to grow and expand beyond this moment, to move forward, to move toward possibilities and expressions that are as grand and profound as we can imagine. All that is required is our belief in their manifestation. Yes. I feel like this is an important message for you, especially now, Taurus, because it almost feels like you're projecting some of this onto a person in your life and saying, if only this circumstance, this person, this experience, this whatever, if this wasn't the case, then I would be able to blah, blah, blah. I feel like that is a projection. And that's sort of the idea here, is that you need to regain faith in yourself and sort of see that you can achieve this magic regardless of where you are and what you're doing. This is a moment to move towards the possibilities, not to feel limited, right? And I feel like that's the perspective shift that needs to happen here, is instead of feeling limited by the possibilities, right? Move towards a place where you feel expanded because of the possibilities, not limited. This is very interesting, Taurus. I'm going to leave it at that. If this has resonated for you and you would like a personal reading, my email's in the description below with a list of readings that I'm currently offering. I'm also offering exclusive content on my Patreon page. If you're interested in joining that community, the link is below as well. And as always, thank you so much for liking, watching, and subscribing. And we'll see you again very soon for another reading. Sending you lots of love and light, Taurus.